How's it going, boys, girls, and squirrels, and welcome back to Bungo Stray Dogs. I do think we're finally out of Flashback City, which is good, because I'm missing Atsushi and the gang. Thankfully, the flashbacks in this season have been way better than the ones in Season 2, but I'm ready to see Kunikita again, so why waste any more time?
What's going on? We're completely burned out. Those fights we had with the guild were the most brutal this agency's ever seen.
You guys are burned out? The only person here who actually did anything during that fight is also the only person not complaining about it, and that's Atsushi.
Oh yeah. Where's Kunikita? You find Kunikita upstairs. He's more gung-ho than ever.
Was Kunikita's voice actor drowning when they recorded that?
More coffee, please.
Coffee? Sure.
Curry for me. Make it sweet.
I don't know what Junichiro's blushing about. This chick is totally not his type. I mean, they hardly share any DNA.
Yes, sir.
Pick me up if you have any.
Are you hungover, ma'am?
Hey, yeah, could I get a coffee with a side of mind your own goddamn business? Never assume why I'm ordering what I'm ordering. Alright, I go to restaurants for their food, not for their judgment. What will you be having today, sir? I'll take a steak and eggs and you know what, let's do a side of ice cream, too. Ooh, somebody just got laid. What? No. Do I know you?
Yesterday, I saw one of the members of the guild in the area.
Yeah, either that or Jason Bourne. I know that effect is supposed to be cool. Whenever I see that, all I could think about is the person in the passenger seat holding their arm out the window, ready to scoop the person off of the sidewalk.
I hope she didn't team up with a rival organization to get revenge. She could even be planning to bomb this building.
I'd like to remind everybody that Atsushi brought this information up by going, hey, you know what I just remembered? No sentence that starts like that should end in, oh, also this building might explode.
Danger is not unlike the bitterness of coffee. For those ready to meet it head-on, it can be quite savory.
So says the cafe owner.
So says the clearly evil man.
You really lived your life for coffee. He can't even wash the smell of it off his hands, no matter how much soap he uses.
What the hell is going on here? It's like that Rick and Morty episode with the memory parasites. This random character we've never met before gives 2 lines, and all the other characters are just like, yeah, coffee shop man, you're the best. God, you always know what to say. I guess that's why you're everybody's favorite character.
What happened here? Sir!
Is that why they were hyping him up? So that I would feel bad when he gets attacked? Mission failed. I'm gonna need a little more than 30 seconds to get attached to a background extra, guys, but I respect the effort.
I'll be fine. I'm just glad that you're all safe.
What is happening? Now we have every character being like, no, coffee shop man. But he was off limits! I still think this guy is evil, by the way.
They'll tell us where the guild's loot is for sure.
We spooked him, didn't we?
That's right.
Sorry, I'm a little rusty on my famous literary icons. Who was the author that stole teeth again? Who could this guy possibly be based on?
And even if they did find us, we've got security cameras and some very violent coworkers.
These guys are using a dozen security cameras to perform a task one security camera could accomplish. If you put one camera facing the length of the hallway, then you have the whole area surveilled. But instead, they have a dozen cameras all looking directly at the ground for no reason.
There's no way you could have found our hideout!
It took Rompo a whole 5 seconds to figure it out.
But the security cameras...
Look at how little these security cameras are actually seeing.
I understand you enjoy ripping people's nails off. What exquisite taste you have.
Oh, those weren't teeth? Who keeps a collection of nails? I thought that was just your run-of-the-mill teeth collection. Keeping a jar of nails is just classless. This has been the most baffling episode of this series by far.
Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to our newest staff member, Lucy.
Oh, let's go! We've got another person with a useful ability on the detective agency. Nice! That brings us up to a whopping 2.
Isn't that the Moby Dick control console?
Here's the culprit. There's a remote hijacking chip inside.
Does the villain manufacture his own... Wait, isn't that Deadmau5? Is the villain this season Deadmau5? Okay. I guess technically that's no weirder than F. Scott Fitzgerald. If we're really breaking it down, if I really want to overanalyze it, it's no stranger than that.
She's really pretty.
Alas, it is a love never to be. Me talk to a woman? I'm better at bantering with moles.
I like that he says he banters with moles instead of talks to them, because that's implying that the moles are also bantering back.
It's Mr. Akutagawa! He must be on his way home!
Damn, dude, how long does it take you to tell the time? All right, let's see. If the big hand tells what day it is... God, no, that doesn't make any sense. Listen, I know he was wearing a smartwatch and he was probably, like, reading a message on it or something, but we gotta stretch sometimes for comedy, all right?
He'd invite me to come inside!
Haven't seen you in a while. Let's go home.
Who is writing this season? What is this fantasy world I'm living in, where not only is a woman fawning over Akutagawa, but in which he is also taking one home?
We know as much about this woman as you do, unfortunately. We're trying to find her and deliver a love letter.
This is such a weird side quest that everybody's going on right now. I'm sure this woman is gonna end up being an important character or something, but like, the way in which they're delivering that information over an entire episode is so bizarre.
Hey, wait a second.
Did Bungo Stray Dogs just make a South Park reference? What is this season?
That's great! I'm rooting for you. Some advice. Women like to be approached with confidence. I also think you should tidy up your bangs just a bit.
A bit? Thank God somebody finally told Atsushi his bangs are whack, but I think it's gonna take a lot more than a bit to fix up that travesty.
Why is she carrying Mr. Akutagawa's clothes? This is so unacceptable! I can't just sit back and rely on a silly love letter!
When did this woman become completely insane? She's about to murder this girl in broad daylight because she was caught talking to Akutagawa.
Why did you both follow me here, ma'am?
Oh, it's Queen Geen! Nice, that's cool. I love that Geen is actually like a secret cutie.
I can't believe you're Akutagawa's sister.
Oh, crazy. End of reaction. That's kind of wild, I guess. But like what though? What a just like whatever kind of cool twist. I like Geen. She doesn't really do anything though. The fact that I like know her name is insane for how little she does. The only notable thing about Geen is the fact that she's like a secret cutie. And I guess Akutagawa's sister that he never mentions or interacts with. Nice, very cool. You know what else is cool? The fact that you can watch me react to Blue Lock right now. That's right, currently on my Patreon, I'm reacting to Blue Lock. You know what else you get on my Patreon? Exclusive monthly videos, exclusive access to my private Discord server, and access to the recordings of all of the live streams I've done in the past and will do in the future. On top of that, you will just be helping out the page immensely, ensuring that I'm able to keep putting out as much content as I do. I've got a lot of really exciting projects coming up. I really am like jonesing to expand beyond just reactions, while still doing just as many reactions as I currently am. But obviously, doing stuff like that takes time, which means I can't edit my videos, which means I need money to pay my editor. So that's how your support on Patreon helps this channel, like, directly. But if Patreon's not really your thing, just subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, or liking and leaving a comment helps the page a ton. Now, with all that out of the way, let's move on to the next. This show has turned into the weirdest slice of life anime.
She actually works here now.
You have any good specials today?
Yeah, dark roasted muddy water.
Oh, is she talking about kava? Have any of you heard of kava tea before? It's disgusting. We had a kava bar by my college that sells kava tea, which is essentially just dirt water that poisons you just enough to get you a little high. It tastes like nothing, it's wildly expensive, but it like sort of numbs your tongue a little bit, so it's like the perfect drink for college freshmen to get tricked into thinking it's cool.
I remember you were the one who saved me that day when we were on the Moby
Hot
Dick.
milk. With sugar, please.
Hot milk with sugar? Oh my god, that bangs.
No, of course I do. It's because, well, you don't like how I cut my bangs?
Are you
Nobody likes how you cut your bangs. Are you telling me you've been doing that yourself? If none of Atsushi's friends have told him how stupid his hair looks, Atsushi doesn't have any friends.
I couldn't have saved you.
Give me a break. Couldn't you have at least said something to me when we first saw each other again?
Ugh. Oh no, I'm starting to care. Damn it. Now I want these two to fall in love.
I'm soaked. I won't be able to finish work wearing these wet clothes. I know.
Oh my god, where is this headed?
If you can transport a person's body from the water, could you also transport the moisture from wet clothes?
Nowhere I could have ever predicted.
First, you return the two of us to reality. Then, retransport the two of us and our clothes, but without the moisture.
This seems incredibly dangerous. You need a bit of moisture, Atsushi. What if she teleports you back and you're dust?
Don't blame me if it doesn't work out.
Okay, yeah, so it did go where I expected, just with extra steps.
Hey, Kyouka. Do you have any idea what your parents did for a living?
I know what they did for a dying. That was... Not only was that hardly a joke, but like was nowhere even close to grammatically correct.
Dinner's delicious, and I get to be with you and our daughter. This is the greatest moment.
Honey, do you mind shutting the window? You're letting all the ninjas in.
My arm's moving on its own. Kill me now!
Or cut the arm off. For such an expert hitman, you really did jump to the worst solution first.
Demon Snow? Please. Protect my daughter!
It is such a stretch to say Kyouka killed her parents. All Kyouka did was bring a ball into her living room. This was borderline a double suicide.
That's why Kyouka always had her cell phone with her, even after she joined the Port Mafia.
Okay, but didn't her mom transfer Demon Snow to her, like, seconds before her death? So what made the phone special before then? Or was her mom just trying to get Kyouka not to lose her phone? I'm giving you a gift, Kyouka. It's a Verizon Juke. Finally, you can feel like you're calling people through a Kit Kat bar. You treasure this phone. Treasure it for as long as you live, because it was very, very expensive.
Speaking of mysteries, before I left, Rompo said something strange.
Hey, does my voice sound different to you?
The case is yours to solve from this point on. But let me give you one piece of advice. If you get stumped, find a flower shop.
Hey, how about you just solve the whole thing for him? I don't think anyone in the detective agency is solving mysteries for the fun of it. You know, they're not doing it for, like, the thrill of the challenge. I think everyone would just rather these cases get solved as soon as possible.
One day soon you'll leave here for the outside world. And when you do, Atsushi, I want you to hate me, but never hate yourself.
What is this weird motivational speech his abuser gave him in the final hour?
Atsushi, I have the rest of the article the victim was holding on to.
They just let me have it. Can you believe that? Yeah, it was crazy. They didn't need to take it in for evidence or anything. I think they were just gonna throw it out.
It looks like the headmaster learned about what you've been doing from this article. He probably came here because he wanted to wish you—
Lies! It can't be! No way!
I mean, you're right. I was lying. That was the scariest sound I ever heard come out of Atsushi's mouth.
You became someone who understands suffering. You resisted violence and evil, and saved many people who were in positions of weakness.
And you endured that haircut for years. Please, for the love of God, tell him to cut his hair. Now's the perfect time. He's finally becoming a little self-aware about it.
Most people tend to cry when their father dies.
Wait. Hold on, I'm working it out. So the orphanage guy was actually Atsushi's father. Huh. There we go. Yeah, it looks like it took Atsushi about the same length of time it took me. That's crazy if I'm right. This scene's really good at the end. That's very well done. That's pretty cool. Cool twists, I guess. That was episodes 5 and 6 of Bungo Stray Dogs Season 3. 2 super useless episodes. I get that. I guess we learned that Gin is Akutagawa's sister and that Atsushi's abuser was his father. However, me saying those sentences, like, right now, I feel were delivered with the same emotional weight and relevance that they were delivered in these episodes. These were such weird, like, slice of life episodes, full of a lot of, like, mini segments. Like, it felt like I watched, like, 5 short stories rather than, like, 2 episodes. Very strange. Hopefully, I mean, every season kind of has, like, this sort of nonsense. I'm hoping after this, the plot kicks in a little harder. And to be fair, I'm so not into slice of life, and I'm so not into, like, episodic stuff. Regardless of how good it is or how well it's written, it's always gonna be, like, an uphill battle for me to be into, like, what feels like non-canonical filler stuff. And again, I get that, like, what makes this canonical are those 2 twists at the end of both episodes, but the lead up to them is like, so who cares? But anyway, yeah, that's my take on these episodes. Let me know in the comments what you thought of them. And I will see you guys next time.
But now I always seem to freeze the things I love.